Alright, friends, hello and welcome back to Blast the Process. I'm your host, Listar, and we have LWSS with Sonic Adventure DX Gamma Story Linear Route. Take it away, Frank.
Yeah, so hello everybody. Today I'm going to be showcasing the linear story for Gamma Route, and before I start off here, I just want to point out there are two camera options in this game. There's auto camera and free camera, and I have switched it to free camera beforehand for this run because that's the camera we are going to be using for the majority, just because it's easier to use. So time will start when I say go, which is on fade out here, so... And... go.
Good luck.
Thank you. So, starting off here, we're just gonna go straight over to Eggman, and he's gonna take us to the shooting range, which is Final Egg. It's kind of weird that Final Egg is Gamma's first level, but we're just gonna accept it and move on. So for this level, all we need to do is find a Sonic doll. You see all these Knuckles and Tails dolls all over the place, but there's only one Sonic doll in the level, and it is right over here. So this is the shortest level for Gamma as well. Oh, I have died. Okay then. That wasn't supposed to happen. Luckily, this level is like 30 seconds long. It isn't too bad. So... let's grab this checkpoint just in case that happens again. Okay. So 3 hits and the doll is taken down, and we are done with the final egg. So next up we got Beta, who is gonna be showing... okay, Eggman please. Thank you. So, first boss for Gamma is E101 Beta. It's very basic. All we need to do is hit him 3 times and hopefully he doesn't jump on the last hit, because on the last hit, if he jumps like he has just done that, right there, it delays his animation where he falls down right there. So there are 2 other bosses where I prefer it if they don't jump on the last hit, just like Beta there, but if it happens, it happens. It's not a big deal. Now that we're done with that, we are going to be going to Station Square and going to Emerald Coast, which a lot of people may know as Sonic's first level. So let's just head on over there and get attacked by the doors. So, one thing you've probably noticed is Gamma has a gun instead of attacking with either fists or by jumping on enemies or using his tails or whatever, because he doesn't have any of those. He just has the gun. Gonna jump over here onto this spring, and basically for this level we're gonna be going through it essentially normally, and hopefully we can avoid the spring. There we go. Now you can see there, when we were hovering over the water, that Gamma will then go straight into this sort of car mode, where his acceleration is increased and he is slightly faster. That is actually going to be really useful for a clip later on, hopefully. And we just caught Froggy in a much smarter way than Big ever did, because Big decides to go fishing for it, whereas Gamma is very smart and just picks him up. And now Gamma's going to have some very important story stuff that is kind of irrelevant to his whole storyline, because Gamma's story is all about how there's a bird inside him and he wants to free himself along with the rest of the E-Series robots. So right there in the cutscene we would have freed Amy, and from this point onwards, this is normally where the glitched route would actually split from the linear route. So we're gonna go through this door, and we're gonna pick up the only power-up we're gonna be getting with Gamma, which is his hover booster, or I think, or jet booster, one of the 2. And from this point onwards, what glitch route would do is you'd clip actually to the final stage, and essentially after that you'd be going to the trial mode that this game has, and going through all the levels in reverse order, and then going through all the story points like this Sonic fight after finishing those levels. But because this is the linear route, we're just gonna go fight Sonic normally and go through all the levels in the intended order that they were given. So Now we're gonna need to go over to Taylor's workshop and pick up the key for Windy Valley, which is gonna be Gamma's next level. Let's see if he picks him up. Gamma, do you wanna pick it up? There we go. So just gonna run straight up to Windy Valley here. And just gonna drop, well, I guess we are throwing it. It's gonna just drop it in place, but that is fine. So there's actually a really fast way to get through the end of Windy Valley. I'm gonna take a slightly safer variation here where we're gonna go over by the level. And from here we can hover to the left here, past an invisible barrier, and over to the rest of the level. So Gamma's section is completely avoided, and we're just gonna go straight over to the boss. Can confirm, picking up items is the hardest thing in SADX. Oh. So again, with E103 here, we do not want him to jump on the last hit, because that will delay the animation for beating the boss, and he didn't, so thankfully, we save a few seconds there. Now this mountain is gonna break open for us, and we're gonna be able to go to the next level, which is gonna be Red Mountain. Red Mountain is actually gonna show us some more of why Gamma's story is possibly, if not is, the most broken story in Sonic Adventure. So we're just gonna walk on, well, I guess roll on over to Red Mountain here. The camera isn't being kind. Zoomed in a bit too much. And there's gonna be a monkey in a cage here that we're gonna need to shoot and take down. Even though there is a possibility of getting over that gate, the loading zone for the level will not be there. So we're gonna jump over between these rocks here and get pushed through the wall. And that is the entirety of Red Mountain. Now we just need to hover straight to the end where the boss is. I hope you didn't expect to see any of Gamma's levels, because after Emerald Coast, it just doesn't happen. So now here we have E104, and again we just need to make sure that hopefully he won't jump again, like E103 and E101 before him, but we're just gonna spam the shoot button and just beat the boss. And good camera angle. Lovely victory animation from Gamma there. So now that we've gone through all the story points here, we're gonna need to go back to the egg carrier. And that has crash landed since Gamma was last on it, so instead of figuring out a way to get there, we just need to travel all the way back to the main Mystic Ruins area. And jump into the ocean. I'm just gonna hover here for a bit just to make sure that we don't fall straight through this raft, which will take us to the egg carrier. So now we're gonna be going towards Gamma's final adventure stage. So we're gonna go back to where we fought Sonic originally, and head on over to the last stage for Gamma, which is Hot Shelter. So Hot Shelter has the most technical stuff to it in Gamma's story. It's possibly the most fun level, and is possibly the most difficult to do correctly. So there's a chance here that we can get a clip right through here, which will make us skip a whole drop. Take this checkpoint here, just for safety. Gonna need to jump over these boxes, jump, go between those two sort of bolts or screws there and hover straight over, completely avoid a whole other area. Now we're gonna need to get onto this ledge here, and hopefully, I'm gonna give this 2 tries. We want to get Gamma to run up the wall. So, okay. Give it one more try. If we don't get this, I'll go for the backup. So one more try. There we go. And then once his mode changes, we jump. Gonna jump again just to make sure that he doesn't mode change. And gonna hover over to this platform here. And we have skipped the entire train section there. And now we hover straight to the boss, which is E104. So E104, fun fact, has Dreamcasts all over his body. Those grey spots there are Dreamcast textures, and that is the last boss before the true final boss here for Gamma's story, which is gonna be a completely different robot, I swear. And yes, Algic does use baby strats. Hopefully someday we'll see him do the big boy strats for Hot Shelter. Now we need to go back to the outside of the egg carrier here. And there is a strat here that can called early shot, where we can get an early shot on the next boss. But I have no idea how to do it, so what I'm gonna do is just spam and hope for the best. And I didn't get it, so here we are against E101 Beta Mark II. So he's gotten a few upgrades since the last fight. He can now fly indefinitely. So what we need to do is wait for him to charge at us, and at that point we can attack him. In any other point, he will just deflect any bullets that we shoot at him. So there's no point of trying at that point. So we've got 2 more hits left. From this point onwards, he is gonna be firing some giant lasers at us, which we can avoid, or we can get hit by them. It honestly doesn't matter. Also, time will be coming up as the timer for this boss freezes, so I will say time when that happens. So we've got one last hit here, so like the laser before, he's gonna use, I think it's 6 or 7 lasers this time. Let's see if I was right with that. There it is 7. So he charges that last one for a bit longer. Gonna go for the last hit here after he starts charging, and time.
GG.
So yeah, that was Gamma's story, the linear route. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a really fun run to do.
Nice, quick, and fun.
Yeah.
Plus, is the best story in the game.
Yeah, it is definitely just the best story.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you. Do you have anything else you'd like to add before we move on? Any shout-outs?
Starting off, just thank you for giving me the chance to do this, and I want to shout out the Sonic Speedrunning Discord, which you can find in pretty much any of the Sonic speedrunning links, where you can learn to speedrun any Sonic game, including Sonic Adventure. A lot of people there will help you out if you want to start learning any Sonic game. Anyone will be glad to see any new runners, and yeah, just thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Of course, thank you so much for running. That was Sonic Adventure DX by lwss. If you're interested, be sure to give them a look, and of course look into the run in the community. And don't go anywhere, friends. We are right at the end of the Sonic block, but we have one more game for you, and it's a doozy. It's the legendary, it's the beautiful, it's the effervescent. Sonic 06 is next with Flubler. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.